Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Be seated, please.
Thank you, sir.
So, how are you feeling? You have been waiting for so long.
Sir, I'm fine.
You're fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Not tired?
No, sir.
Good.
What is your father doing?
Sir, my father is no more.
Okay.
My mother has a shop. We have a shop. She handles that.
So, what are the goods are being sold in that shop?
Sir, it's a handloom shop.
Oh, good. Very good. Okay. Just tell me one thing.
Yes, sir.
You might have heard that government is now trying to shift the base year in economy
Yes, sir.
from some year to some year. What is that and why they are doing it? From which year they are bringing to which year? First. And secondly, why are they are doing it?
Sir, I'm not aware of the recent development. But from 2004 to 2011, it was shifted last time.
12.
2000. Sorry, sir. So 2012.
Mm.
And so the reason being was to cover more economic activities which were being happening in the economy, and sir also to cover the informal sector also because of the changes in the economy, to have a wider perspective of the activities taking place. So that was, I think, sir, the reason.
What are structural changes in the economy?
So structural
Let me
changes.
first clarify my question more.
Yes,
There
sir.
are two types of structural changes. One is an economy and another is in the sector. So there are two different things. So now you just tell me the structural changes in economy.
Sir, with respect to sectors, with primary, secondary, and tertiary sectors, sir, the structural change has been after independence that we have shifted more towards the services sector, escaping the industrial sector, which is contributing just 25% to GDP. And sir, agriculture is contributing 16%, but it is supporting more than around 50% of population. And sir, 35% population is engaged in services. And so this is what the structural change has taken place in economy.
What do you understand by international morality?
So international morality is morality in the international sphere. That is between the relation. That is relation between the nations. The morality which plays in that sphere. That is international
Just
morality.
give me an example. It is a very general statement you have given.
Yes, sir. Sir, for example, if any country is in a crisis, and some country provides aid to that country, like, sir, in events of any disaster, we provide assistance. So that is, sir, out of morality. That is to help to help humanity. That
Okay,
is
this is one example. Another example?
sir. We can take example of immorality also, like.
No, morality. I want morality only.
Sorry, sir, I'm unable to think of that.
What about wars? Then occupying the territory of other country? What are these things? How do we do? No? What are the moral principles involved in these things?
Sir, there are various moral principles involved, like the death of the soldiers, sir, waste of the resources which could be used for the development, and sir, also the territories which have been occupied and the people living there, they also face sir, exploitation. So these are, sir, various issues involved in this.
No. You are secretary of a particular department, and there is a recruitment which has taken place for the state civil services.
Yes, sir.
Now the list comes to DOP. You are secretary DOP. Your subordinate, that is joint secretary, he prepares a list proposing postings of different persons. And so when you find that there is something fishy about it, you don't feel confident about it, but it is already on the file. That person, joint secretary, has already written on the file that I propose that these are the postings based on 1, 2, 3, 4 criteria, whatsoever he considers appropriate. Now that comes to you.
Yes, sir.
After that, it will go to the chief minister, because when there's a new appointment, even the politicians are not interested in suggesting, except for 1 or 2 cases, but generally they don't bother. So what will you do? You are finding that there is something fishy. What will you do? Because RTI Act is there. So whatsoever you write on the file will certainly be in public domain. Now tell me.
Sir, in the first place, I would consult my joint secretary. If I find anything fishy, I would have a talk with him and try to find out something.
Suppose you ultimately find that there is something wrong, then?
Sir, I would pursue it to be corrected, and if that is not being corrected, I will put my reservations on the file regarding that.
Your reservations?
Sir, but firstly, my step would be to correct it without bringing it to limelight, so that it doesn't get bigger. And I would also involve my seniors also, and if sir needed, Chief Minister could also be involved.
I will give you a very practical example which
Yes,
I faced. We had called applications for RTI commissioners, the information commissioners. We
Yes, sir.
wanted to appoint information commissioners. So I had thrown that advertisement in the newspapers. We invited the applications. We finalized the list on the computer. Last hour, which is given in the newspapers, that was gone off. Right. 3 days after that, I received a call from Secretary to CM. Sir, इसका नाम तो ऐड होना है इस लिस्ट में. I said, but we have already published it on our website. The computerized system is, everything is on website now. These are the people who are appearing there. They told me, no, Chief Minister has told me that this person's name has to be included. I was called in the Chief Minister's office, although I was sitting in the same building of the Chief Minister's office. So I said, it's not possible. He said, then it will be very difficult repercussion for you. In this situation, what will you do?
Sir, I will certainly not include his name. But sir, I would ask for the criteria. Sir, if the list has already been prepared.
No, they gave me further hint. They said that you can show it that this application by mistake was lying in your drawer. So you can write on the file that this application was in my drawer. So I have just found it and I am now putting that name in the list. So what would you do? Everyone's given you the solution also.
Sir, I would not include that name because that would be injustice with the other deserving candidates.
So can you directly defy the Chief Minister on this?
Sir, I could ask Chief Minister sir to give me in writing.
Chief Minister, can anyone ask Chief Minister that you give me order in writing? Can anyone dare this thing in the democratic system that you ask the Chief Minister to give this thing in writing?
Sir, I would certainly not include that.
So what will you do?
Sir, I would try to tell the Chief Minister all the repercussions of the action, that there could be media outrage because the list has already been published. RTI is there, and sir, even the candidates can go to the court. So that might worsen the situation. So I would try to persuade the Chief Minister. Otherwise, sir, even then he doesn't even then he forced me, sir, I would be ready to face the repercussions.
What is your this hobby you have mentioned?
Sir, it's competitive programming.
What is this?
Sir, it's kind of a competition where we are given a problem, mathematical problem, and we have to write computer code to solve that. So this is what competitive programming
What was
is.
your score last time interview?
Sir, 149.
It was less.
Yes, sir.
This year you will get more, I think. Tell me, what is decentralization? Democratic decentralization.
So democratic decentralization is like making sure that the things happen at the level which are best suited, like local governance. Sir, waste management should happen at the local level. Sir, other legislative thing which could be done at the state level should be devolved to the states, and sir, the things which are of national importance should be done by the center. So
No, still it is not the right thing. He is saying, just please try to hear what he is speaking. He is saying democratic decentralization.
So democratic decentralization is being done through constitutional amendments. So it's sorry, sir. I would have to
Coolly think of it. You know it. You know the answer. You know the answer.
So democratic decentralization basically is to giving powers to the lower levels of the government in a democracy, and sir, basically ensuring the people's participation in the governance. So there are various tools for that, like social audit, and sir, recently technology is being used, like My Government.
So what he is intending, some institutional
Decentralize.
Right.
How we decentralize things. We centralize, decentralize.
You are
How we
coming close to that.
decentralize?
You are coming close to that.
Close to this.
So decentralization, like at various level, like at the state level, at the local level, we have urban local bodies and rural panchayats. And so at the level of people, like we could have other institutions like sir referendum or sir initiation.
Referendum? What do you mean by referendum in our circumstances, our conditions, in our country?
Sir, for example, for any law, we can take inputs from the people.
But referendum is not that.
It's not part of our constitution.
Sir, it's a democratic tool, but it could be used, sir, for any law. But it could be used, but practically it's not possible, sir, in a large democracy like India.
Have we ever used this tool?
No, sir,
in
we have
India?
not used.
So how you suggest then?
Sir, I was suggesting it's a kind of tool for democratic decentralization to ensure the people's participation in policy making.
What about the Panchayati Raj?
Yes, sir, it's also part of democratic decentralization.
What is Panchayati Raj?
Sir, Panchayati Raj is local governance in the rural areas. It's an institution for local governance. And sir, it's constitutionally, we have recognized it 73rd and 74th Amendment. And sir, people are directly elected in the panchayat bodies and they carry out social and economic development of their areas.
What is the body at district level?
Sir, it's
Under Panchayati Raj institution.
sir, Jila Parishad.
What is the structure of Jila Parishad?
Sir, sir, members are directly elected for Jila Parishad, and also we have representation from the member of legislative assemblies there, and sir, chairperson is indirectly elected. So this is the composition of Jila Parishad.
And then what about the structure, official departments?
Sorry, sir, I have to read upon that.
Just guess how many departments will be there in Jila Panchayat? And who will head? Who will be the official? Who will be heading the Jila Panchayat?
So department should be according to the works like health department.
No, but there are already, see, they are already there. I just don't know that how many departments are there. Just guess. In a Jila Parishad or say Jila Panchayat.
Sorry, sir, I have no idea. I have to read
No
upon
idea.
that.
But who carries out all the developmental activities in a district?
Sir, overall head is the district magistrate. Executive head.
What developmental activities?
Sir, yes, sir. He looks after the executive functions of the district.
What are the executive functions of the district?
So like implementation of the policies and maintaining
Which
the law and order.
policies?
Sir, government policies, social economic development
example?
policies. Sir, like pension schemes or housing for all schemes.
But there are departments for that. Separate departments.
Yes, sir.
For
Those.
pension, there is a separate department. For housing, there is a separate department.
But sir, DM ensures the coordination between them and to ensure that work is being done.
You coordinate actually when there are departments doing their work. So
Yes,
I want
sir.
to know about those departments at district level. So tell me, as a collector,
Yes, sir.
what you would like to do in the district? Suppose you go there, what you would like to? I mean, you have seen everything, and now you are feeling that I have to clean the system. I have to do this. What you will do?
Sir,
You join there. You know everything. You have understood the system. 2 years training has given you good skills. Now, what will be your priorities? What you will do in a district as collector? Your work.
sir, my first step would be to interact with the people.
You have done everything. Now, tell me solid work. 1, 2, 3.
So since I
As
have,
collector.
yes, sir. So since I have done those work, I know the needs of the district. I know the problems which are prevailing in the district. So, sir, I would be.
Those problems are there in the country, everywhere. Every district is having those problems. You must have read it on number of times that what are the problems of the people they are facing.
Yes, sir.
And in your core area, what you would like to do?
Sir, one of the problem is of the corruption being faced by the people. So I would make sure the active vigilance in my department, and sir, I would try to make a mechanism where people can directly report the corruption.
What kind of mechanism?
Sir, it could be like open panchayats with the people or open meetings with the people where people can directly in a particular time in a week.
Okay, they have complained that
Yes, sir.
this revenue areas, the Patwari is charging this much, Tahsildar this much,
Yes, sir.
and they will give all the details. SD office charges. What you will do?
Sir, I would,
How you will stop it? Or how you will change the system?
so system will change when we will create deterrence. That there is a surety that if anything,
That how you will create that deterrence? What are the tools
sir,
to create deterrence?
yes, sir.
Your intentions are there, but what are the tools? How you will do it?
So citizen charter is one of the tool, and to make sure
Citizen Charter says that dispose it off within 15 days, dispose it off within 1 week, 5 days, 4 days.
but sir, I will make sure that if that doesn't take place, action should appropriate action on the authority should be taken.
Can your degree help in that? Can
Yes, sir.
technology help?
Yes, sir.
Say about that.
Yes, sir. We can
How?
employ
Yeah.
technology to reduce the interface between the people and the government officials.
Yeah.
So digitization is one of the way, like sir, e-services basically, e-governance. Sir, common service centers I will promote in my district, and sir, I would make sure that people have digital literacy. Awareness campaigns would be will be conducted, sir. So, and sir, like social media could be a potential tool like Twitter and WhatsApp group.
What is the relationship between Chief Minister and Governor?
Sir, governor is constitutional head of the state, and sir, chief minister is the executive head of the state. And
That is factual.
Yes,
sort of,
sir.
But what is the relationship?
sir, all the actions take place in the name of the governor, and governor has to act on the aid and advice of the council of minister headed by chief minister.
Suppose some bill is referred,
Yes, sir.
which is within the powers of the governor. He keeps it on his table.
Yes, sir.
Then
Sir, governor.
who is having power?
Sir, governor is the ultimate. Like governor can do that, sir. Pocket veto he can use. He can, but sir, then the government can bring the ordinance.
No,
if
but
the-
what he is asking something different. He is asking whether the governor can keep it for unlimited time, infinite time.
Is there any checks on that?
अदरवाइज तो अगर गवर्नर किसी दूसरी पार्टी का हुआ तो फिर तो सारे जो भी कुछ करेगा वो रखता रहेगा अपने पास.
Yes, sir.
फिर गवर्नमेंट फंक्शन कैसे करेगी?
From where governors, I mean, they draw their powers.
Sir, from the constitution, he draws his power,
Yeah.
and sir, it says that he has to act.
What are his discretionary powers? Discretionary power of a governor.
Sir, to refer the bill to the president, any bill to the president, and to recommend the president.
Any bill.
Sir, which he sir, that is the discretionary power which he feels.
You can refer any bill.
Sir, there are certain conditions also, like
And government formation.
yes, sir, in
any
government
dis-
formation, in case of COM loses its majority in the house, then also, sir, governor has discretionary powers.
First they are elected and then they are coming.
Yes, sir.
At that time, what are the discretion available with the governor?
So to invite the party and to appoint the council of minister and the chief minister, that is also a discretionary power.
Navneet, what have you been doing since 2016?
Sir, for 2 years I was in the process of UPSC. Sir, right now I am in Danex undergoing training in Delhi.
What do you do there?
Sir, currently we are having classroom trainings there. We have lectures on politics, economics.
So
And
you,
sir-
you give lectures or you learn?
No,
No, sir.
already in service.
Okay.
He's already in Danex service.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He appeared in the examination. He's selected.
Okay. And now you had DAT fellowship.
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Sir, it's a scholarship offered by the German organization DAD, which invites people from other countries to Germany to conduct research projects there.
So what was the research project and how long, where did you go in Germany?
Sir, I went to Stuttgart in Max Planck Institute, and sir, my project was on developing capsule endoscope, and I worked on the algorithmic part of that.
You worked on?
Sir, capsule
Algorithm.
algorithmic part of that. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So has that technology come to market?
Sir, the thing, sir, capsule endoscopy is been there in the market,
Ah.
but we were trying to automate that. That capsule endoscope would make the entire map of our gastrointestinal tract, and it would also detect any anomaly in the system. So that has not yet been developed, sir, fully.
So what is the algorithm part here?
Sir, it was based on SLAM algorithm, that is simultaneous localization and mapping, in which the capsule goes and it prepares the whole 3D map of the entire digestive system.
So it stores the images or it transmits the image and then that's processed?
Sir, it transmits the images and then the processor processes those images.
So these capsules are not tethered, I mean they are not with thread, it just
Yes, sir.
like regular capsule, it passes through GI.
Yes, sir.
So that's a very good. Have you published?
Sir, actually, I worked for 2 months there. So after that, sir, I have no
So this fellowship is only for 2 months?
Yes, sir, 2 to 3 months.
What did you learn about German scientific setup? The Max Planck is a very prime institute
Yes, sir.
of Germany. So what did you learn that can be implemented in government agencies here?
Sir, first of all, sir, I saw that there is no dearth of funding there. They liberally fund their projects. And so that has been missing in India, where we spend only 0.6% of our GDP on research and development. And sir, other thing is that private sector also is involved in the R&D there. And that also contributes to this sir, organization which promotes R&D. And sir, other thing is that Germany, sir, invites people from all over the world to come and research there. So that leads to that brings best practices from other countries to Germany. So that also we can promote.
So did you didn't continue that work? That was a part of your undergraduate program?
No, sir. That was entirely different project in Max Planck.
Okay. Now, since you are from IT,
Yes, sir.
tell me, for companies like Facebook or Google, what kind of regulatory structure is required for a country like ours?
Sir, there are many issues with these companies. Basically, these are related to social media. So the issues are with respect to data privacy and fake news also. Sir, with respect to data privacy, there should be a data protection law in our country, which ensures that that data colonization doesn't happen. That we do not have to depend on these companies for data in the future, because sir, data is the new oil. That is, fourth industrial revolution will be driven by data. Sir, other thing is fake news. Sir, there should be proper regulatory checks on the activities of the people.
Yeah, but how can you develop a regulatory policy for this kind of activity?
Sir, Facebook is employing artificial intelligence, where people, where it detects whether it's a fake news or not. Based on, sir, it identifies keyword there and it automatically searches, and it tells that whether it is a fake news or not. So that is one of the things which can be promoted by these companies.
Yeah, but that's promoted by the companies. But what's the government's role? Government should just leave it for Facebook and other companies to do it on their own, self-regulatory?
Sir, recently rules were also published by the government, where every company has to sir, appoint an officer, which can be a point of contact for the government. If anything is being reported by the government, action should be taken within a prescribed time. And sir, also these companies should give a trail that who started that fake news, so that appropriate action could be taken. So these type of regulatory framework could be developed.
Does government have access to the information about Facebook users in India?
But they are claiming end-to-end encryption of messages. How you will trace the source?
So that is a point of conflict between government and WhatsApp. So that's
what I'm asking. How to regulate companies or activities like this?
Sir, actually, there comes a conflict of interest, conflict here, because conflict between privacy and the security. And sir, if a social media platform provides anything trail, sir, it would compromise the encryption there. So sir, that I think would need to be discussed more and analyzed more, that, and based on the cost benefit analysis, sir, action should be taken.
And it's not only that, privacy, those issues, but also these companies, the way they work, monopolizes the sector.
Yes, sir.
Like Google, for example, and Facebook. So, should government worry that the monopolization of the sector is something not in the interest of the country?
Yes, sir. Certainly, there should be checks and balances. Like we have Competition Commission of India, which recently fined Google for favoring some searches over the other.
Have we fined Google?
So there was a proposal to fine, sir. Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of the status for that.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, Mr. Mittal,
Yes, sir.
what is your optional subject?
Sir, political science and international relations.
Who is your favorite thinker?
Sir, from Indian political thought, Chanakya.
Would you consider Gandhiji as a political thinker?
Sir, Gandhiji never proclaimed himself a political thinker, but
Neither did Chanakya.
yes, sir.
So, who is to decide who is a political thinker?
Sir, if that thought could be used in politics, and there is a school of thought like Gandhism, there is a followership of Gandhi. So we can say there is a existence of school of thought of Gandhi.
So, who is your favorite? Chanakya, right?
Yes, sir.
So, what attracts you the most?
Sir, the realism of Chanakya,
Such as?
that he tells what actually happens in the world of politics. That a ruler should be clever like a lion and he should be clever like a fox.
Similar things have been said by this Machiavelli.
Yes, sir.
So, why not him and him, Chanakya?
Sir, Machiavelli gives absolute power in the hands of a ruler. However, sir, in the Chanakya thought, ruler is under the dharma, and dharma is the welfare of the people. So that is the basic difference between Chanakya and Machiavelli.
So, you are undergoing training. right
Yes, sir.
now. Have they taken you for any Bharat Darshan or something?
Sir, we have Delhi Darshans every Friday.
No other place of the India?
Sir, in March we have a plan of UT Darshan where we'll be taken to Andamans, Lakshadweep and Daman and Diu, Dadra and Nagar Haveli.
Okay. Suppose your training program also included one state, suppose Gujarat,
Yes, sir.
and the training director, he gave you the option that Mr. Mittal, you decide any 3 places. I have budget only for 3 places and we'll take the probationers there. So
Yes,
then
sir.
which places would you like to see?
Sir, in Gujarat,
Yes.
sir, firstly I would like to go to Statue of Unity.
Second,
Sir, Sabarmati riverfront,
then
and sir, Run of Kutch.
What ashram?
Sir, Sabarmati Ashram.
No, you were telling riverfront Sabarmati, not ashram.
so
Yes, sir, that whole area.
yeah, so Mr. Mittal, the objective of training is to inculcate your administrative capacities. So what will you gain by visiting the Run of Kutch other than sightseeing?
Sir, Run of Kutch has been an example where the desert has been converted to a tourism site. So we can learn that how
What else can be learned from administrative perspective?
So, Run of Kutch is also famous for the salt production.
Anything else comes to mind? Some natural disaster, something.
Sir, earthquake.
So what can you learn from that?
Sir, how the people are adapted to that disaster, so that we can inculcate
In Diu Daman, who is the final authority in the administrative hierarchy?
Pardon me, sir. Where?
Diu Daman,
Yes, sir.
who is the final authority in the administrative hierarchy?
Sir, final authority is president. However, the powers are delegated to administrator there.
Administrator. Now suppose you are progressing and reaching that spot,
Yes, sir.
and someone writes to the Honorable Prime Minister that we should impose prohibition in Diu Daman. And the Prime Minister has sought your opinion as the administrator. Give me yes, no. Please tell.
Sir, I would like to know the reasons why the prohibition should be.
The reasons are well known. Bihar has done it. Gujarat has done it.
Sir, prohibition on alcohol?
Yes, prohibition on alcohol.
Okay, sorry, sir. Sir, Sir, that would depend on the. Sir, how many people are involved in the business of the liquor also? How many people would be affected by that decision?
Whatever 4 or 5 restaurant owners may be there, who else is going to affect it?
Sir, tourism will also will be getting
The health
affected.
is also need to be seen, no?
But sir, that is
There
what
is
I.
prohibition in Gujarat, therefore people go to Div Daman to drink liquor and then come back home. So either there should be or no, yes or no. That is my question.
Sir, I would say no to the proposal.
Why so?
Sir, because sir, I believe that to discourage anything, prohibition is not the way, because that leads to black marketing. Sir, even if we prohibit that, there could be a possibility that bootlegging would be promoted there, and sir, tourism would also be affected in the Daman and Diu. So, sir, I think the proper way would be to pursue people and to sir, highlight the negatives of the alcohol drinking. That I believe, sir, is the better way rather than
In your DAP
prohibiting.
form, you have given, I don't want to use this Delhi Augment as home cadre. No.
Yes, sir.
So why so?
Sir, the reason being, sir, I wanted to be in a state as an IAS, and sir, Haryana being close to Delhi, that is why, sir, I chose Haryana.
So that is all from my side.
So thank you very much. We shall just request you to come after 5 minutes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So when you were in IIT Jodhpur,
Yes, sir.
did you visit Barmer?
No, sir.
Jodhpur mein, what are the things which are very famous? Eatables
Sir, dal bati churma.
is one,
Sir, ghevar in sweets is also very famous.
and
Mirchi vada.
yeah, there is a most important thing was in the morning we will take mirchi bada as breakfast,
Yes, sir.
and then
And sir, pyaj ki kachori.
yeah,
Onion
kachori.
kachori.
Yes, and then very unique kachori is also there. What is that?
Sir, dahi kachori.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That sweet one.
Ah.
Sir, I'm not able to remind.
Okay.
Sir,
And
khoya
what-
kachori, sir.
or what about lal mirch badi wali?
Yes, sir. That is also being sold on the streets.
Okay. Now, Navneet, your performance has been excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and we have examined you from all possible angles. You might have seen that questions have been asked from varying field, very, very varying field. So we are very sure that you would be able to perform very good in the interview. However, when is the date of interview?
Sir, 20th Feb.
25th. It's very, very close now.
Yes, sir.
So for you, 2-3 things are very, very important. Number one, in no case, you have to feel hesitant. Right? Number one. Number two, if you don't know any answer, please, very, very politely, you should tell it to the board that I am not aware of this particular fact. You don't say that I don't know it.
Sure, sir.
This is a very important tool for any interview to get success. Okay. Then third thing which we were discussing and talking about was that you have to have some more knowledge on polity and economy. If you are able to gather much knowledge on economy and the political aspects, in constitutional analysis, you are having slightly some edges here and there. So those can be rounded up. Need not go through all possible articles of constitution. No, that is not required to be done. You take out only those articles which have come in news for last 3-4 months.
Sure, sir.
So there are only 7 or 8. Just go thoroughly in that. One question which we forgot to ask, and I think we should have asked, and I should have asked, was Supreme Court has given a very specific direction in regard to Section 144. What's 144 of what?
Sir, it's sir, not allowing assembly more.
No, 144 of what act?
Sir,
Law.
Sir, CRPC.
CRPC. So CRPC, this is basically a section which prohibits certain acts. And there, you may be asked, because this is in the news, because Supreme Court has decided it, you may be asked what is the difference between orders under Section 144 and curfew. What is the difference between 144 orders and the curfew orders? The curfew order is also issued under Section 144. So under what circumstances do we call it curfew, and when do we call it prohibitory order? So this should be known because it's very, very recent judgment of the Supreme Court. So similarly, you can go in for various provisions of Constitution, only limited to the past 4-5 months where Supreme Court has given specific judgments.
Sure, sir.
That's all you require. So any question from your side?
No, sir.
right?
Sir, like in a situational question of chief secretary, sir, CM and sir, secretary, what should be the sir ideal?
And what you should ask me what did I do,
Yes, sir.
because that was the actual situation. This case study was directly relating to me.
Sir, in the interview, I can ask.
You should never ask.
Yes, sir.
Never ask. Don't commit this blunder, because they will. If you ask, then that person will feel bad about it. Number one. Number two, this will try to give a impression that you are trying to
Influencing.
lead. Yes. So you are trying to lead the board in certain direction, which should never be done, right? So something which I did was very simple. I directly went to the chief minister. I told her, she was Vasundhara Raje, and I was working with her, and I was very, very close to her, let me tell you. I told her, madam, I will not do it. She said, but even when I am telling you, you will not do it. I said, ma'am, sorry, even if you do it, then you will be in trouble. Even then, when I came back, she called the Advocate General. She called the Advocate General, and then he wrote something on the file. On the basis of that, that name was considered by the board and he was selected. People went to the High Court. High Court rejected his selection. Okay, so are you understanding what has happened there? So in such cases, basically what you should try, whatsoever you think is related to ethics, you try to apply the ethical principles. Okay, and always be stoic in your answers. You might have read this principle of stoicism.
No, sir.
You should. Means you are not basically moved under any circumstances, whether they are good or bad. You are basically going on, and you are working as per your principles. That is being stoic. So you should be very sure that you should put this word so that they may have some discussion on that, and you prepare on this particular aspect. Because being a stoic is a very, very useful tool for being a very effective administrator. Very, very effective administrator. So these type of things should be left in the interview, in your answers, so that some of them, they might pick up those particular points, and there you have the mastery.
Yes, sir.
But it should not be visible that you are intentionally doing it. As soon as you try to do it intentionally, we shall come to know it, and then we shall never ask any question on that. Remember it. It should be very casually floated. It is known as casual flotation. So you just float it. If someone catches it, it's your luck. It's your luck. Then you can talk about anything on that particular topic, right? That's it. Thank you.
Sir.